apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart.
Now on NBC Palm Springs, a heavy police presence this afternoon after a man claimed there was a bomb inside his car. All this in downtown Palm Springs. Additional details ahead. Plus, Riverside County's 30th Valley-wide Employment Expo is set to come to town later this week. We'll have details on what you might need to attend. And later on, your start of the work week forecast is looking to be a warm one. Kai Beach has all the details coming up. NBC Palm Springs at 11 starts right now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening, I'm Tiani Jadaling. Thank you for joining us. A heavy police response this afternoon in Palm Springs after a man claimed there was a bomb inside his car. This all unfolding on Palm Canyon Drive at La Plaza. That's tonight's top story. A man driving a small SUV stopped in traffic and told someone nearby there was a bomb in his car. Our news director David Reese was out at the scene this afternoon and shares the details.
This is the conclusion of a very large police action in Palm Springs this afternoon after a vehicle and suspect stopped in the middle of traffic on Palm Canyon at La Plaza and apparently told police or left a note indicating that he had a bomb inside that vehicle.
We're coming down the street. We saw an SUV in the middle of the road, went around it, parked, and as soon as we came out, we heard some people kind of yelling, someone saying, call 911 from over the PA at the Jimmy B's bar or restaurant there. And we kind of stopped to look, and we saw a guy acting weird around that SUV stopped in the middle of the road.
That, of course, led to a very large evacuation and perimeter. At 1.6 blocks of Palm Canyon Drive was closed. So were all of the cross streets here. Dozens and dozens of businesses also closed in the middle of the afternoon. Many tourists who were in the area trapped because their cars were inside the perimeter and they could not retrieve their vehicles. We do have video of the man being arrested that was shot by one of those witnesses who told us that the man was agitated and taken into custody by Palm Springs police. They immediately began working to determine if there was an explosive device inside the vehicle. Turns out there obviously was not, but a very aggressive response from Palm Springs police out of an abundance of caution to make sure they keep us all safe.
Obviously, our most important part of our whole job is to make sure the community is safe. So I think people understand. I mean, obviously, it's been a hectic week, a lot of things going on in the world, and we just want to be able to make sure that we keep our community safe, and that's the most important part of our job.
That's the situation from here in Palm Springs. I'm David Reese.
We thank our news director David for those updates. The suspect is identified as a 54-year-old Cathedral City man who police say will be facing charges. But they also say the man is apparently having a mental health crisis, something they'll also have to address. And we're taking a live look now from our Agua Caliente Casino camera in Palm Springs. A couple people out there enjoying the nice cool weather this Sunday evening. Kai Beach is standing by with your forecast.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We saw some slightly below average temperatures. They were nice. That's the good news. The bad news, it's not going to last forever. But first, let's take a look at today's high. Here on the valley floor, we're hovering just around triple digits. Palm Springs, 100 degrees. Thousand Palms, 102. Up the hill in Joshua Tree, 89 degrees. And in Big Bear City, they're getting up there for themselves. We're looking at 73 degrees. When it comes to the air quality, some big changes over the last 24 hours. Here on the valley floor, we're looking at moderate conditions, but parts of the IE unhealthy for sensitive groups. And as we move closer to the coast, Orange County and parts of Temecula, those are deemed good. Now, this is the weather across the country. A lot of people leave the desert, come here and visit. This is the weather they're going back to, or perhaps leaving. Denver, 75 degrees, looking like it could be stormy over there. Dallas, 93. Kansas City, 90. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 86. Seattle, 65. And in the Bay, we're looking at low 70s. Tonight's evening stroll, a bit warmer than it was last night. 6 o'clock, mid-90s. 8 o'clock, low 90s. 10 o'clock, high 80s. And at midnight, we're at 83 degrees. For tomorrow, a lot of triple digits on this board. That changed as well. Palm Springs, 102. We're looking at the high. Rancho Mirage, 105. For the lows, take a look. Yucca Valley, 92. Idlewild, 90. Beaumont, 94. The big change happens on Wednesday. We're going to see a lot of monsoonal moisture sticky out there. 3-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Triple digits for the highs, and the lows go from high 70s to low 80s. Full forecast coming up in just a bit.
We thank Kai for that weather update. And more local news. A vigil for late political activist Charlie Kirk was held in Palm Desert this evening. Kirk was the founder of Turning Point USA dating back to 2012. The political activist and media personality was assassinated on September 10th while at an event for his American Comeback Tour at Utah Valley University. We spoke with one organizer at tonight's vigil.
So today is essentially for everybody to come together in remembrance of Charlie Kirk, to basically reach across the aisle and let go of the vitriol and just come together as one. And I think Charlie Kirk would have wanted to have peace between all of us and to, like I said, reach across the aisle and have coordination between us and not hatred.
The vigil was held at Civic Center Park in Palm Desert. And Riverside County's 30th Valley-wide Employment Expo is set to take place on Wednesday, September 17th. For 30 years now, this job expo has brought together top employers from across the region. It'll take place at Fantasy Springs Special Events Center. The event is free and registration is not required. Wine lovers, listen up on how to sip, swirl, and save. Every Wednesday, P.F. Chang's in Rancho Mirage is serving up half off every bottle of wine and bubbly. Let's learn more with our digital exclusive, Kai, the Deal Guy.
Doesn't have to be a celebration to come out and drink here.
At P.F. Chang's at the River in Rancho Mirage, Wednesdays are made for winding down at a discount. Because every hump day, guests can uncork a deal worth toasting. Half off all wines and bubbles.
We want to be the reason why people come out. You know, we want us to be us, P.F. Chang's, you know. So it makes me feel good. This is our La Crema, our bubbly, one of our champagnes, and these are also 50% off.
Senior Manager Rosa says from Chardonnay to champagne, every pour is part of the deal.
Where can you go and get 50% off any bubbly or wine? It doesn't matter what kind of wine or red wine, white wine, whatever it is you want to drink. It's all 50% off.
Customers are raising their glasses, calling this one of the best deals in the desert.
Half price? You can't beat that. You find a good place, and the service is good, and the food is good, and then you throw in a half price bottle of wine. It's a no-brainer.
So stop by P.F. Chang's at the River in Rancho Mirage midweek and see what all the buzz and fizz is all about.
Around the region in Sacramento, thousands turned out for the Super Festival and Car Show, a celebration of classic rides, new EVs, and Hispanic heritage. Here's a look at the culture and community on display.
This free car show bringing thousands of people out here in Sacramento to enjoy the things that people worked really hard on to show. Classic cars as well as new ones, all with the culture on full display. The Sacramento Super Festival and Car Show, kicking off Saturday with everything on display. Bikes, the classic cars, and everything under the hood.
This is my 1947 Fleetline.
JJ brought out his Chevrolet Fleetline to show off at the car show, a car that now means a lot to him.
I'm from Sacramento. I've worked myself up to this level to where I get to have something very special to me and my family. I mean, anything from the etching, the body work that's been here with the C-notching and lowering it, because it's a frame-off build from the bottom.
From past to future. SMUD partnering with the event to give 916 drivers a chance to check out the latest electric cars. And from the car culture to the Hispanic culture. Mexican flags, colors, and clothing covered the area. Delia Velarde, says family is everything, and so is representation.
Especially right now, it's important because it could show that we're united. And, you know, we support the culture. We support our people.
And with Mexican Independence Day not too far away, Velarde hopes the community can stick together.
A lot of these events, we're noticing that they're being canceled. So, you know, that's okay because we're going to be here. We're here.
There were live performances throughout the night as well as competitions for who had the best of show. All of this ending with a lowrider drive throughout the festival.
Still ahead here on NBC Palm Springs, Pope Leo celebrated his 70th birthday today. More about how the Catholic faithful filled St. Peter's Square this afternoon ahead. Plus, Halloween is next month, and one of the biggest treats is actually from Home Depot. But finding one in stores may require a little trick. How to get your hands on one after the break. You're watching NBC Palm Springs.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Welcome back. This Maine fishing guide isn't just catching fish, he's reeling in a lot of tires too. NBC's Christian Harsa has more.
As a Maine fishing guide, Brandon Becrest spends a lot of time on the Androscoggin River.
Today is day 123 since April 1st.
Lately, he's not trying to catch fish. He's fishing for tires.
So, my biggest day, I pulled 32 tires on the boat, and it took me an hour and a half.
In total, Becrest has caught 197 tires, and there are plenty more.
1, 2, there's 3 tires right in there.
He says most of the tires have been submerged for decades, with some going back to the 1930s.
Sometimes I think I found them all, and then I just find a whole bunch more.
Becrest says the tires coat the river bottom, keeping pollutants in the water longer and adding their own toxins. Each tire he fishes out is a point of pride.
It's become a lot of fun to me. It's almost funner than catching a fish right now.
Becrest is not alone. The Maine Game Wardens and Forest Service host a landowner cleanup event each September.
So on average, we clean up about 30 ton of trash on that one day in September, and we do over 750 tires on average in that one day.
For nuisance trash questions, EcoMaine spokesperson Lucy Sullivan says your local public works department is the best place to start.
Many of them host take-back days for difficult materials, or at least have resources and can give you a clear understanding of what you can do with larger materials, difficult materials.
Becrest says he would like to see a grant to fund cleaning up tires.
There's hundreds, thousands, many thousands.
So maybe he could focus more on where the fish are biting.
In news news around the world, Pope Leo celebrated his 70th birthday today. The Catholic faithful filled St. Peter's Square at the Vatican to offer their well wishes. As Pope Leo stood on the balcony overlooking the square for his traditional noon blessing, he saw a sea of people, many waving balloons and happy birthday banners in all languages to mark the milestone. Groups of Peruvian believers, including dancers in traditional attire, were out in force, and a rendition of Happy Birthday rang out across the square. Pope Leo addressing the crowd to cheers saying, quote, "My dears, it seems you know today I have turned 70. The Pope adding, "I thank the Lord, my parents, and I am grateful to all those who remembered me in their prayers." Later on Sunday, the Pope was scheduled to preside over a prayer service in honor of 21st century martyrs. And in consumer news, Halloween is next month, and one of the biggest treats is actually from Home Depot. You see it on your screen there, but finding one in stores may require a little trick. People are not clamoring for a gigantic skeleton or scary-looking witch. Instead, people are going crazy over this limited edition Homer bucket. They cost nearly $3 and look like the store's traditional bucket used by contractors, but with a spooky little twist. It has gone viral as people post about their success or disappointment when it comes to finding a bucket. A Home Depot official says they are not surprised with the bucket's growing popularity. That's going to come in handy next month. I know it. I can see it as a trick-or-treat bag. We're taking a live look now from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Some beautiful conditions out there. Your NBC Palm Springs full forecast with Kai Beach is after the break.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Taking a live look from our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera in Rancho Mirage, and I don't want to speak too soon, but I think summer is slowly starting to leave us here in the Coachella Valley. We're seeing cooler and cooler temps, especially in the evening, and I am not complaining as we have beautiful fall and winter conditions here in the Coachella Valley. Here's Kai Beach with your full forecast.
Happy Sunday, everyone. A great day for football here on NBC Palm Springs and a great weekend of weather. We saw slightly below average temperatures for this time of year. Today's high, 100 degrees. Normally it's 103, not even close to that record high of 114 degrees. When it comes to that relative humidity, dew points, take a look at that Wednesday. We're going to go increase that humidity. It's going to feel muggy and moist out there. For the wind gust, pretty calm for this time of year. We're looking at 20 miles an hour near Whitewater, but by Wednesday, it can go up to nearly 30 miles an hour. Morning walk forecast, a little bit warmer than it has been the last few days, but still pretty gorgeous for this time of year. 6 o'clock, we're looking at mid-60s or mid-70s. 8 o'clock, low 80s. 10 o'clock, high 80s. And at noon, we are just under triple digits. Lows for tonight, Big Bear City, that looks like some good snoozing weather. 38 degrees, Idlewild 58, Palm Springs 74, Thousand Palms 80, and up the hill in Joshua Tree, we're looking at 63 degrees. For tomorrow, it's going to get a little bit warmer. Palm Springs 102 degrees. You want to head to the coast, we're looking at high 70s, waves 2 to 3 feet. Have fun out there, but always be safe in that surf. For Thursday, it's going to be warm. It's going to be humid. We have a high pressure system that's working its way to the four corners. That's going to increase temperatures, but also increase humidity. We could possibly see return of some thunderstorms, slight rain, lightning in our high desert and mountain communities. This is from the National Weather Service, and this is what you do when you hear some of those thunderstorms. Thunder roars, you go indoors, be careful with anything that could cause a fire, and check on those sensitive to heat. 7-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Monday, 102, triple digits. Following that, it does drop as we head to the end of the work week, and it goes right back up, triple digits next Sunday. 7-day forecast goes from high 70s to low 80s.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to time.
NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos. We have your game.
Caitlin Kelly coming at you from inside 360 Sports here at Agua Caliente in Cathedral City. And now this weekend, I'm thrilled to have my partner in crime, Tim O'Brien, here with me. Now, Tim, we've got a lot of football action happening in the NFL, but you and I have been doing a lot of coverage of the local high school football. What teams have been jumping out at you so far?
Yeah, first and foremost, Palm Springs. I think the Indians offense, the best offense that I've seen now is I'm in my fourth year doing Friday Night Lights here in the Valley. Palm Springs, the offense is a triple threat with Bishop, Miller, Rapo, and Jordan Johnson. And then you look at defensively, we knew La Quinta was going to be good defensively, but they're 3-0. I don't know that anybody had that on their map either. So, and that's just like the tip of the DEL. I think you can make a case for all 6 teams that where their strengths are. So buckle up.
Yeah, and then this coming week, the last week before league play, what are you looking forward to the most to see these teams we've all been watching now get a chance to play against one another?
Yeah, stay healthy this final tune-up before league. Then you have your bye week next week, and then you start October 3rd. Right out of the gate, there's the Battle of Cook Street, so I think that's going to be interesting. Buckle up for that. They clearly don't like each other from fan bases on down, so it's going to be fun. Just most importantly, stay healthy, play the game the right way, and I think you could see that final week of the season have like a 3-way tie with 4 or 5 teams into the playoff implications, so it's going to be fun.
Some of the best high school football I think we've seen in a really long time here in the desert, but I want to pivot now from the gridiron to the ice, or off the ice, to be more specific. Talk to me a little bit about the latest episode of Firebirds Off the Ice that we can see tonight.
Yeah, it's on NBC Palm Springs.com as well, but tonight following the game, and then of course after the game, if you miss it, you can go online and watch it under the programs. You go to Firebirds Off the Ice, click on that tab. This week is all about the broadcasters. So we sit down with Evan Pivnik, Grant Fuhrer, we sit down with Gino, and then against what I wanted, I sit down as well. Hey, you're a part of it too, but it's weird kind of tossing to myself in the show. But we all just kind of look back on how lucky we are to be a part of the organization, some of our favorite moments, whether it was at home or when the team was on the road. And so we all give our perspective of what has been an unbelievable first 3 years for the Firebirds.
As a fan, it has been so much fun to watch, and it's so great to now just get this sneak peek behind the scenes of all things Firebirds. You heard Tim say at NBCPalmSprings.com, look for the Off the Ice tab and catch up on all things Firebirds, just a few short weeks away from our first puck drop. I can't believe it.
Under 30 days.
Oh, so exciting. Well, that'll do it for us here live inside 360 Sports at Agua Caliente. That's Tim O'Brien. I'm Caitlin Kelly. That'll do it for sports.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
A Japanese anime film and a Pixar classic fought off other new releases at the weekend box office. Rick Zamagella has the countdown.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere. Hello?
The 30th anniversary release of Pixar's Toy Story landed in 5th place, bringing in $3.5 million.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize the truth of this. This is walk or die.
The adaptation of Stephen King's The Long Walk stepped off in 4th place with $11.5 million.
The world is changing. The way we talk, the way we dress, the way we deal with each other.
Downton Abbey, the grand finale, bowed in 3rd on ticket sales of $18.1 million.
There's an evil here. Something I've felt before.
Last weekend's winner, The Conjuring Last Rites, slipped from 1st to 2nd place with $26.1 million, bringing its 2-week total to just over $131 million. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Infinity Castle, stormed into a 1st place debut with an estimated $70 million opening. That's on top of the nearly $283 million the film has made outside North America, according to Box Office Mojo. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree more.
Monday's the day when Americans can double up on one of their favorite foods. That's because September 15th is National Double Cheeseburger Day. While the hamburger sandwich first appeared in the 19th or early 20th century, there's dispute over exactly what happened. But regardless of the debate, there's no doubt that the burger has become a culinary icon in the U.S. Over the years, burgers have gotten bigger with essential added-on ingredients like cheese and bacon. To celebrate the day, it's suggested you grill out or share pictures of your meal at your favorite burger joint on social media. In-N-Out's just around the corner. I could go literally right now. Well, thank you for joining us this evening. Have a great rest of your night.